plenty of ways to social distance here.
I don't see any masks.
Good morning, everybody.
I've got one.
Good morning.
I got one.
We're not inside.
No.
I don't know if we're getting aerial photography from a manned aircraft or what.
Could be. Never know.
He is kind of circling around.
He is.
Oh, came down a little bit. Well, I want to welcome you this morning to just what I think is one of the coolest things going on in this area. You are standing at what I believe we're calling the Buena Vista Drone Flying Park. And what a great, well, the view kind of is bad. It's better when you have drones up in the air and stuff. But no, I mean, the fact that we're able to have gotten together with the town and that they have this area and that we're able to use it is just phenomenal. So I want to welcome some folks. First, Earl Richmond. Earl is the recreation director for the town of Buena Vista, and he has been our guiding light as we have tried to get through with the proposal and the idea and bring it forth to people, and he's kind of provided mediation services, and so it's just been very valuable in helping us to get this through. And I do want to say that over time, Philip Puckett, the town administrator, certainly knew what we were doing, and what was really fun in this divisive world that we live in, we received unanimous approval from the town trustees to develop this park. Is that cool or what? So I thank all of them for actually, the foresight and understanding what we have been trying to accomplish here. I also then, for those of you who don't know us, I want to introduce the Central Colorado UAS Club leadership. I'm Taylor Albrecht. I'm currently the president until, well, we haven't talked about that. I and Dennis Pete are founding members of the club. My wife Anita is up for it. She puts up with me, and you guys that know me know, that's huge. So thank you for your support of this. This thing would not be here without Honora Roberts, our vice president, who is Vanna White. Honora really helped get this thing marshaled through. She spent tons of time in meetings and preparing presentations and making phone calls, and I am just so grateful to you for all those efforts. Thank you. And to your husband, Gary. Where's Gary? There he is. Who's also doing photography services for us today. Then I want to introduce Stu Langrier. Where's Stu? What are you doing way back there? Okay. Yeah. Stu is the club secretary. He and his wife, Carol, took a hiatus. I don't know why, but we're really glad they're back. Carol, thank you. He's our club secretary. This is his second go-around. He needed a little practice and then get away. Now, Stu replaced Becky Berry. Becky, raise your hand, please. Becky's awesome. She was our club secretary for half a year of COVID, so that's great. And then Stu came back and took over. But what Becky has done for the club is awesome. One of the things is behind me, what you see is a bucket stand. This is part of what the drone park will have for people to practice actually getting qualified with a public safety qualification, and I'll go over that in a little bit. But Becky and her husband sit there and they engineered this thing. And it's incredible because it folds up, the buckets come off, it fits in my pickup truck, and then you go to the site and throw it together, and it comes together beautifully. Well, I gave them the green light once we got everything going to build the bucket stands for the qualification course here that are more permanent. I am told they are made of steel. We really wanted to build something that wouldn't be vandalized real easily, and that they're made of steel. She said they're a little unwieldy, and and so I got to go with the trailer to pick them up when we're ready to set them here. So Becky, thank you for your service, and thank Dave. And then last but not least, I'm doing. Where'd he go? Where's Dennis? Dennis Heap is our treasurer and a founding member. Dennis has been involved with unmanned systems for a long time, and he's got a storied history in aviation, both on the Front Range, and now he makes his mark here in the Valley. And so he has been a great mentor, and I can't thank you enough, Dennis, for all the support that you've provided me and the club. And Bonnie's not here, so you're lovely. Bonnie puts up with you too, so that's great. So anyway, that's your club leadership, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the club in a second. But what I want to do, any club members here, which there are a lot, please raise your hand. Raise your hand, Honora. Okay, all of you who did not have your hand raised, Kira, I'll be after you. No, you should become club members. But anyway, but at this point, what I'd like to do is turn this over to Earl Richmond to say a few words from the town. So Earl, come on up.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for being here. This is a much bigger and more awesome groundbreaking ceremony than I could ever imagine. This was a vision of some great local leaders that had spent the time to bring our department up to speed on what the visions were here. And as Taylor said in the beginning, there was a lot of questions and a few concerns, so we took all the right steps, met up with all the different neighbors. You know, this is a big, large, vast public space for our community to utilize, and a lot of it is underutilized. So that was the big selling point. Let's take a great industry that's got a ton of momentum and a very bright future and find them the best home. So we worked with the Sportsman's Club and the Rodeo Grounds crew, and the RC airstrip down the road, and also some other locals that live out here that run other businesses to make sure that this spot would fit well with the needs of the UAS group. And as Taylor said, the town was receptive to the idea. Taylor and Honora were just so diligent with all their preparedness with all the details and the layout. So they made it easy. So thanks for making this happen. We as a town are very happy to support great ideas and great ventures like this. Not only for us, but for our kids and for the future here in town. It's going to be bright. So thanks for being here, and we really look forward to making this area blossom. I just want to say Phil Puckett, our town administrator, and Sean Williams, our public works director, were very involved with the whole process. They called me at 10:55, stuck in a pretty epic meeting in town, and asked if, one, I could just be here, which I was always going to be here, but also they wanted to express their thanks for everyone here. So enjoy this. It's going to be awesome. I got to learn how to fly a drone.
Well, real quick, I'll try and be quick. For those of you who don't know about the Central Colorado UAS Club, I'd like to give you a little history. The Chaffee County, you'll love this, Wendell particularly. Chaffee County has been open for business for unmanned systems for a long time. The club is an outgrowth of the Chaffee County Unmanned Aerial Systems Advisory Board, which was established in 2015. I didn't know of any other county advisory boards for unmanned systems anywhere in the country, so that's pretty very much foresight. The club agreed to take on the many tasks of the advisory board, so the board was dissolved in 2019. The club is celebrating this month our 3rd anniversary, along with the membership. Oh, and Delmar isn't here, is he? He was manning the entry. Delmar Smith is our 50th member, 50, and 51 is Jim Piles. And I'm just, as being involved in aviation and putting together groups like this is outstanding for the area. And not only do we have those members, but we have a bunch on the Front Range. We have one in North Carolina, one in Nebraska, one in Missouri. So, and a bunch of them are Texans. They go down to Texas, you know, but they live up here. Anyway, a lot of fun. And then at our last meeting on Saturday, we made our 2nd grant presentation. We gave 2 Tello drone bundles to the Salida High School drone class, which is taught by Kevin Thonoff, who's also a member of the club. Kevin said, we gave them one a year ago about, and they said, man, their self-confidence is so much higher with this Tello drone because they're really stable, they fly inside, and you can go on and you can program them, which is something Becky Berry and I were looking at. Really fun, you can program them for autonomous flight. So we're out there in the community doing other things. We're also trying to work with Buena Vista and Chaffee County High to get a good industry recognized drone curriculum in there. A couple of years ago, the club leadership was discussing unique ways that we might further our mission to promote the safe and legal use of unmanned aerial systems in the county. We thought about how there are all these skate parks in all these communities, and so we said, why not a drone flying park? Thus the idea was born. We approached the town of Buena Vista with the idea in order to try and identify a potential location for the facility. After many meetings with the town and other stakeholders, we settled on this fantastic site in what's known as the rodeo grounds. The park, as currently planned, has 4 distinct flying zones. We have a drawing of the overall park layout on the table if you'd like to have a look. What you see behind me here is what's called the flight deck. The flight deck was inspired by the University of Denver's GIS program and Chris Leatherman, their instructor, who came here in July of 2019 and spent a week setting up flying drones, teaching 9 kids how to fly drones in the area. And this is what he uses for the basic flight training. It's just awesome. It's intended to help pilots acquire basic skills, but then also progress into more advanced maneuvers as they practice. Next to the flight deck is what's known as the qualification course. This was inspired by the Center of Excellence for Advanced Technology Aerial Firefighting. This is a group who's located in Rifle. The Center of Excellence uses this course to qualify public safety drone pilots in actual flight skills. For those of you who don't know, in order to fly commercially, have to have a Part 107 FAA pilot certificate, but it's the only pilot certificate from the FAA where you don't have to prove you can fly, which is very interesting. So they do this qualification. Those involved in public safety, like Chaffee County Fire, thank you guys for coming. Chaffee County Search and Rescue, North and South, they've already successfully integrated drones into their programs. Next to the qualification course is going to be the obstacle course. As currently planned, this area will include walls and other structures that pilots will be able to practice flying in, through, and around. It will also have features that help pilots with their cinematic skills for aerial photography and videography. It was inspired by honorary club member Eric Moore with the Fountain Police Department, who has helped spearhead their use of drones for many operations. It's kind of funny, he came to one of our meetings and on his belt, he had a drone. Quick draw. Okay. Last but not least, down toward the end there on the east side is the racing zone. This area will include pylons, gates, and other obstacles that will help racing pilots hone their skills. We hope to have a sanctioned race by a national organization within the next couple of years. The overall objective of the flying park is to help pilots learn how to fly their unmanned systems safely and legally. The unmanned systems industry has a wide-ranging opportunity for skilled pilots. Thus, we hope this facility will encourage the area students and professionals, including those at Buena Vista and Chaffee County schools, to use this unique facility to gain valuable experience and have a blast doing it. We also hope this facility is an important component of an ecosystem that encourages business and industry to consider establishing a presence in our Great Valley. I'm going to make a signal here. I want to thank our generous sponsors. They've provided financial assistance to help operate the club and bring this park to reality. They are Anderson Law Group, who's been with us since the start. The Upper Arkansas Water Conservation District, again with us since the start. Our Town Medical, Dr. Gibb joined us last year, and TNL Aviation. Also, I want to thank Buena Vista True Value, those are their buckets, and Rocky Mountain Lumber for their in-kind donations. We could not have been more blessed than to have the town of Buena Vista be receptive to our suggestion for this facility and being willing to allow us to use it for this venture. At this time, I would like to invite Earl and the officers, leadership of the club to please come forward. Grab a shovel except for the gold one. And if you just come up and kind of line up right in along here.
Picture you get the
You get going there, Earl. Okay.
Many of my days involve weeding.
Guys, scoot down just a little bit. I want to squeeze in here too.
should be.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Spread out just a little bit. Okay. No, the gold is for Dennis. Dennis is the only one here that I know of who's participated in a gold shovel groundbreaking before at Front Range Airport for the control tower, right? When we break ground, we are having a little flyby by club pilots, Chief Robert Bertram, Rick Mullen, and Brett Mitchell. So, let's move some dirt, people. Let's just toss it that way.
Oh, there you go.
Ready, go! All right. thank you all for attending, and also please, we have some drones on the table, but we also have cupcakes to celebrate our third anniversary. So please help yourself to that. Ask questions, and I don't know, if you want to fly something, be nice to me and ask, and we probably can put something in the air. Thank you.
Yeah.